This time on my Year of Star Wars reviews, we're going to be looking at something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at the two animated shows that came out after the original trilogy but before the prequels. We're going to be looking at Star Wars Droids and Star Wars Ewoks. Starting off with Star Wars Droids, this is a series that focuses mainly on the adventures of C-3PO and R2-D2 before the events of the original Star Wars. And more or less, the show focuses on them going to different owners, whether it's a group of rebellious teens or a prince or a king, even, and basically they're doing just mundane things, and they get in situations such as they have to deal with a crime boss, like some sort of Jabba the Hutt like character, or stuff with the Empire, or just other things like that. They get them in these situations, and we have our show. And honestly, it's nothing special, but it is a lot of fun. And that is thanks to Anthony Daniels, who does voice C-3PO again in the show. And he's very good, of course. He's basically just doing what he does best, playing C-3PO. And the C-3PO character is still intact. It feels like the character from the original movies, and it works. And I love his relationship with R2-D2, much like with the movies, of course, and overall, it's perfectly fine and perfectly harmless. And it does have a few episodes that I actually did really like, such as, I think it's called The Great Heat, which is honestly the last episode that they did. This is a one-season show, and I found that really enjoyable. Some of them are a lot of fun, and some of them do feel really dated. One thing that feels very dated is the animation. It is rough in a lot of places, but it is kind of nice in a way too. It's not perfect, but I do like certain designs, like the design of C-3PO. I honestly think is, very different, and it's a welcome change from the C-3PO that we usually see. In fact, somehow C-3PO, before the events of the original trilogy, was a bit more flexible in his movement, according to this show. But overall, it's fun. Sometimes the episodes do drag a bit. However, there's only about 13 of them, so it's not that bad, and it's pretty easy to get through. It's nothing special, but it's a fun thing to watch, just for novelty purposes. Next, we're going to be talking about Ewoks, which is a much better show than Droids, I think at least, and just a lot more fun. And it's very similar to shows like the Care Bears. It focuses on Wicket, the Ewok that's kind of the main Ewok in Return of the Jedi, and focuses on his adventures with his friends as they deal with mystical creatures, otherworldly like devices, and just go on little adventures trying to learn how to be, a better Ewok or a better leader. And overall, this is a really fun show, especially its first season, which I found really enjoyable, with some episodes that are very dark as well as just a lot of fun and very creative. The show, I will say, is very creative for a show about Ewoks. They do some interesting stuff with it. It's definitely during the second season where the show does kind of fall off the rails a little bit and is definitely not as good as the first season. A lot of that comes through that they make the show a little bit more kid-friendly in the second season, and it really does show there's a lot more kiddie humor that just doesn't work. It's really lame. However, there are a few bright spots within that season in particular that, have some really good episodes. I think the final episode is the best episode of the series, honestly. But overall, I think I prefer the first season overall. But it's that second season that falters a little bit, and the reason why I don't love it as much as I wanted to, even though I do enjoy it a lot. I do enjoy it a lot more than Droids, I will say that. But yeah, this is just a quick little review of these two shows that I really was interested in seeing, and after seeing them, I'm glad I saw them. Will I ever watch them again? Probably not, but I think you guys should check them out. I'm gonna give Droids a 6 out of 10. And as for Ewoks, even though I loved the first season, I didn't care for the second season as much. So I'm gonna give Ewoks a 6 out of 10. These shows are completely harmless. There's nothing really bad about them. They're just kind of a product of their time and do have some moments of kind of being a little bit boring, but honestly, they have a lot of creativity in them, and I think that's what I really gravitated towards when watching them. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you, so check back in a couple of weeks. I'm going to also be reviewing the Ewok live-action TV movie, so look forward to that, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review.